These walls have eyes.
Okay.
10:09. Compassionate.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Guess I just dozed off a bit. Wait, what happened to Augustine again?
She left.
Left?
She said she had to do something very urgently in her private reliquary.
Hey, now that we're all awake again, can we forget about Augustine for a minute and talk about the 1,000-foot-long elephant in the room?
1,000... Oh.
1,000. Feet is the average length of film in a movie.
Oh.
Guess we were all playing it close to the vest before. Huh.
It's not my film. I just worked on it. Didn't direct it. It's not even on my official filmography.
I meant how we were all holding back about our film strips.
Oh. Right.
Whether you take credit for it or not, it's definitely the most infamous project that's associated with you. Cursed film collectors have been unsuccessfully searching for any trace of it for years. And now we are all here, each with our own little slice of a mysterious pie. It's a pretty big deal.
So, all of our film strips, they're part of this movie you and your friends made, Linda?
If they're not fakes, yeah.
Mine's not fake.
And all that stuff you said about it being cursed?
Murderous rages, CIA interrogation, total disassociation with reality.
Okay,
Because
calm
it's
down.
so rare, only a few people know for sure. So they say. If Augustine wants the only known surviving pieces of it, she's gonna have to pay up.
Why do you think she wants it so bad? I mean, it's not really cursed, right?
I prefer not to dwell on the past. We're here, someone's offering to buy our sections of the film. That is all I'm concerned with right now.
Providence goes a long way towards a successful sale.
So do motives. I don't know about you, but I would very much like to know why Augustine is so desperate to get her hands on this film.
Well, first rule of business is to gather every bit of intel you can on your opponent. And I don't know about you two ladies, but I have been itching to get a little look-see around this big old house of curiosities.
Are we allowed to look around?
What do you say, director? Want to keep sitting around, or want to peek behind the curtain?
Let's go. I feel like we're screwed either way. So might as well get some information.
What are you waiting for?
Now this is a real bold statement kind of room, you know what I mean? New Augustine got cash, but not like this kind of cash.
Sounds like you didn't scout your mark as well as you thought.
In business, we don't call them marks.
Hustling is a racket, not a business.
I wouldn't underestimate my scouting skills, if I were you. A lot rattling around up here that could be mutually beneficial.
Yeah, how do you know about it?
Why don't you tell me how you know so much about Murder Mill?
I'm a big fan. It's your first credit.
Cut the shit, man.
Okay. You want to know the truth? When I first heard about it, I didn't believe it was real. But the more I looked into it, the more breadcrumbs I found. And the further I followed the trail, the more fascinated I became. Not just in the film, in the legend. Whether you meant to or not, you created a monster with this movie. Even if it isn't really cursed, the fact that everyone believes it is makes it real.
Believing in something doesn't make it real.
Well, that's why I had to find out for myself. Took me a couple years, but When the opportunity came for me to actually acquire a genuine piece of it, I jumped at the chance.
And just how did you acquire it, exactly?
Hey, just catching up. So, what have you guys found?
Not much. But the night's young.
Not as young as you think. Let's keep looking around.
Okay. Explore the atrium. Can't go back in.
Can't deny this place would
love
make an
your outfit, by the
incredible
way.
film location.
Thanks. It's Italian. Well, the shoes are Italian. And the belt. I got it cheap from a guy. He's got a guy who's got a pants guy. So I got these pants from his guy's guy, had them tailored just right by the other guy I know, who also got me the blazer, which is like a super limited VIP club edition. But you want to know a secret?
Sure.
I found the turtleneck in a secondhand shop.
Scandalous.
Right?
Scandalous.
Don't tell anyone.
Oh, you can be sure of that.
Ooh.
Huh. Now that was a curious sound.
Let's look at it again. Archibald Macmillan. Okay. There's also this thing here. Creepy figure of a tree. Oh. Should I go in there?
Ah, yes. Let's check out the other floors. Good thinking.
Wait, hold on a second.
What?
Before all this goes any
Shit.
further, I need to know how both of you got your pieces of the film.
Well, it's no secret, really. After my mom died a few months ago, I found it when I was going through her stuff.
Maddie, what was your mom's name?
Both, or...
Was it Bonnie Rivera?
Yeah, it... How did you know that?
You look just like her.
Did you know my mom?
A long time ago. A whole other lifetime. Her younger brother, Jaime, was one of my closest friends.
Jaime. I never met him.
Is it because he's
Hadn't heard
dead?
that Bonnie had passed.
Yeah, it was pretty sudden.
Wow. Maddie, it's quite sad. Very touching.
That feels very genuine. Let's go comfort.
I'm so sorry you had to go through that. It's never easy to lose someone you love.
Thanks. Lucky for me, it wasn't my first rodeo.
Maddie appreciates your comforting
Bonnie.
words.
I wish I'd stayed in touch with her.
Weren't you wondering where both of our film strips came from?
Sure.
I don't suppose you'd like to enlighten me.
Of course.
And
Well, I can't just tell you for free, can I? This kind of information is very valuable.
what's your price?
You know what? I'm gonna have to get back to you on that.
Okay, before we go up, let's check this then. This is where Linda dies. Some sort of portal. Augustine has interest in temporal machinery. Let's give that a read, actually. Blueprints for a complex machine, another one of Augustine's unique collector's items. But why keep this piece of movie memorabilia away from the collection? Actually, let's read some of the other stuff as well. We got this one. The Trapper. Young Evan spent his whole life striving to prove himself a worthy successor to the Macmillan estate, but the trappings of expectation saw him stumble down the same dark path as his father. Now he roams with a smile that never falters, certain his newfound purpose is making old Archie proud. Be careful where you tread, for each step could be your last. Oh. So this is the son of the guy in the portrait. Huh. The Macmillan estate.
Looks like practically every room in the house.
And we zoom in.
Where's our host?
The no signal place. That's the... reliquary. Of course there's no signal there. Let's catch up with the others.
Cool statue.
Chainsaw.
Missing a piece, though.
Missing a piece. I guess something he's holding with the right hand.
Wow. Powerful resemblance in Augustine's family. That or Augustine loves cosplay.
Whoa.
Quite a piece. Look at the metalwork.
It's beautiful.
Another book here. The Face of Evil.
Sensationalist trash. Sam Green took down Frank Stone. I could write a better book than this.
The true story of Frank Stone, told by the man who stopped him, Sheriff Lloyd Krushik. So he took the credit. Lloyd Krushik doesn't like the title hero. In fall 1963, Krushik was the local sheriff of Cedar Hills, a sleepy Oregon steel town. Just a regular blue-collar Joe doing his darnest to make life a little safer for the folks who put their trust in him. But Cedar Hills was hiding a silent menace, a merciless monster preying on the unsuspecting citizens Krushik had sworn to protect. When the bodies started piling up, the only thing left was for an everyday hero to step up. This was the true account of how Cedar Hills' first and only serial killer was brought to justice, told firsthand by the man who dared look evil in the eye and pulled the trigger. Okay. How do I back out? Oh, never mind. Open. That fateful night, I had sent one of my deputies over to check in on things. Not my first choice. The Flatfoot was from out of state and a little green for my liking. But all he had to do was hold the line and report back on anything suspicious. But when Tommy called, I knew this was it. Standing before this furnace, I thought I'd step into the fiery depths of hell itself. And there was Stone, standing on that platform like a twisted gargoyle, a tiny bundle of innocence held in his death grip. I'm not afraid to admit I was scared. I had only a moment to act before it was all lost. So I drew my gun, took a deep breath, and made a silent prayer that my aim would strike true. Stone's corpse wasn't even cold before a whole bunch of out-of-towners descended on Cedars Hill, trying to grab their piece of the action. Lawyers, reporters, rubbernecks, you name it. More than a few weren't satisfied with what they found. They wanted to make a conspiracy out of it. Said he must have had an accomplice to do what he did. Me? I don't buy it. Never have. That's because I know firsthand that he acted alone. Saw it with my own eyes. So to all those who claim otherwise, I say this. One monster was enough for Cedar Hills. Hey. There are suspicions that Frank Stone committed crimes with the help of an accomplice. Face of Evil. A sensationalist account of Frank Stone's capture written by Cedar Hills' own Sheriff Lloyd Kushik. With so much going unnoticed under the sheriff's watch, how could he be certain the case ended with Stone? Let's check the fate thing too. So part of it was Maddie picking up Linda and then Madison. Same destination. Declined Augustine's drink.
Yeah? Now what would you do if it was you here instead of me? No way. You'd be climbing the walls looking for a way out. Who, Stan? Psh, not in a million years. No way.
Talking to yourself, that's a good sign. This is the chess thing again. I guess I should stop calling it chess. It's clearly not chess pieces. Trinkets?
Looks like it opens with a key.
Needs a key. Can I talk to any of you guys? Nope.
You sure would get a kick out of this place. And then you'd probably kick me out of this place and keep it all to yourself.
Who are you talking to?
No, I wasn't.
I could hear you.
I was talking to my mom. To Bonnie. I was in Berlin, at school, when I heard she was sick. But it was my midterms, and she said I should just come home when I finished. So I did. But by then it was too late. She died while I was over the Atlantic. It all happened so fast it doesn't feel like she's gone. So I just kind of pretend like she isn't.
She was a good talker.
Yeah, she was. Hey, look at this. This was just last summer. I know you said it had been a really long time, but can you tell me anything about her from when you knew her?
Gosh. Well, she was the most intimidating girl I've ever met. Even after I got to know her. She did everything she wanted to do, and nobody could stop her.
And that sounds like Mom. Any good stories?
Let's go nostalgic, because I also want to know a little bit of backstory as well.
Yeah. Yeah, there is something I've been thinking about. I've never told anyone else. It was a long time ago. We were just kids, making
Flashback?
a movie. Jaime, Chris, and me. Everything's still so fuzzy about what happened, but there's one thing that always just stuck in my mind. Clear as a bell. That night, we were on our way home from picking up a new camera.
Uh-oh.
We were driving past the Rivera's house. The garage door was wide open, full of light. And the craziest fucking sound you ever heard was just tearing out of there in every direction.
Bonnie.
And right in the middle of it all was Bonnie. I don't think I've ever seen anyone so completely in tune with themselves. The only thing that mattered was that moment. Nothing else. That was your mom.
Thank you.
Hey guys. Look.
What? I don't see anything.
Ah! There! Right there!
Oh my god, there's someone out there!
Sneaking around as well. Let's be serious. Yeah.
I have a feeling Augustine expected something like this might happen. She's got this place wired with enough cameras she could catch a mouse.
Good security probably means we're pretty
I'm guessing
safe.
that's only an option because we found that secret room.
Right, so... do you think we should find Augustine? Give her a heads up?
Even if you wanted to tell her, good luck finding her.
She said she was going to her private reliquary. That's a place for artifacts, right?
There's artifacts all over the place.
Right. So, if you were gonna have a private place for extra special, extra valuable artifacts, maybe you'd put them behind a door like that.
You've got a point.
Can't we just knock?
I doubt anything can get through that, including sound.
Which means it might be the safest place to be, whether Augustine's in there or not.
Okay.
Okay. Seems like an older person from the eyebrows. And he looks bald. An older Robert, maybe? Wait, is jumping back to the past already? Damn it. These chapters are so short. I probably could have included that in the last video, damn it.
What's taking them so long? I thought we were gonna have a production meeting before we shoot. Van's already all loaded up.
I read an article that said girls don't like it when guys get all twisted up about their punctuality. They find it controlling.
What? Why did you need an article to tell you that?
I just thought you might find that information useful.
I'm not trying to control Chris. Just got a lot to do.
Uh-huh.
Right on time.
Hey, right on time!
Time to get cooking. What?
Nothing, just trying to keep a low profile. Bonnie snooping around.
All right. Is everybody ready to get this production meeting started? We got a big night ahead of us. Guys, I gotta tell you, my mind's going like a million miles an hour right now. Did you know you can get like every newspaper article ever written at the library? It's insane. It's all right there.
No, tell me more.
I've spent like all day looking up every single thing I could find about Frank Stone, the mill, the murders. We are sitting on a freaking gold mine here.
Sounds like a productive day.
And yes, I had some help from my assistant.
I aim to please.
Oh, that reminds me. Now that you are an official member of the team, gotta wear the team jersey.
Wow. This is this is amazing. I'm honored.
You wanna wear the stripes? You gotta earn the rights.
I promise
Sensing a
I'll be the
hint of
best
jealousy there.
ancillary producer you've ever seen.
Production assistant.
Yeah, totally.
Feast your eyes.
Whoa. Wait, where's Sheriff Green?
Yeah, so Dad's never exactly been stoked about that.
But I thought he got the guy.
Yeah. And Sheriff Cushik took all the credit. People around here knew what was up, but
Let me see that.
This one's a 10-year retrospective. They go into all sorts of grisly details left out of the press the first time around.
and Dad got a little more credit too.
This is big deal stuff. We're making our movie in the very same spot it went down. Can't beat that.
Let's go with uneasy.
Stone's victims were real people.
Could be us.
This was a real person.
Could be us next.
Yeah? So?
I don't know. It's one thing to talk about it. It's another thing to look at their picture.
And this is suddenly now a problem for you?
It's not a problem. It's just a little weird.
You were just like super gung-ho when I got here. What gives, man?
Nothing. I just don't want to, like, exploit any of the victims or whatever.
We're not gonna exploit Stone's victims. I'm just trying to maximize the potential of our main location. That's how you make a good movie.
I think we need to tone her down a little bit. Let's go dubious.
I think you're missing the point. It's not about the mill.
So what's the big deal?
You don't think you're, like, a little too excited about everything that happened there?
Jaime, if it bothers you so much, you can always stay home.
Chris.
He's kinda number one on the call sheet.
What does that mean?
He's the main actor. We can't shoot without him.
Yeah, I know. I was just kidding, obviously.
Obviously.
Robert and I are gonna look for any more locations in the mill connected to Stone where we can shoot. Then I'm gonna go make this thing, any way I have to.
Chris's fixation on Frank Stone worries you. Okay, we're playing as Jaime now. Look around the garage and talk to Linda. Tom Holt interview. Ooh, item added. Stuck on wires?
Here, why don't you start with these?
So we're looking for Frank Stone reference.
So for Chris, help Jamie. Tackle the storekeeper. Yeah. Linda. Okay. Let's just get this out of the way.
We're looking for anything referencing specific locations in the mill that could be associated with Frank Stone.
The mill's a pretty huge place.
That's why I'm sure there's gotta be something we haven't found yet.
Definitely possible.
We'll find it.
Just wanted to listen to them for a minute. Let's take a look at this. Let's pick this one up first.
Sure,
Here,
no one was sad to
look at
see it
this.
go.
Mill projections dire for fall season.
It
Oh,
mentions
jeez.
Frank?
No, but it goes into the mindset of the workers. People were depressed. There were suicides.
At the mill?
Not at the mill, but like people who worked there or got laid off.
Damn.
This was a year or two before the murders started.
Does not sound like a fun place to spend a 12-hour shift.
There are a couple articles like this. The mill was in serious decline.
But if it doesn't mention Frank,
I don't know. It's all related to him, to the way he was, or why he did what he did, or something.
that's your expert opinion?
It's just a hunch.
Trinkets? Yeah.
I pulled some of these today too.
What's that?
Obituaries from around the time of the murders. And a little before.
Might as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
good thinking.
Yeah. I can remember it clear as a bell. Don't think I've ever experienced anything like that night. Before or since. And don't reckon I ever will again. Heck, I don't know if I would have even made it out alive if it weren't for Sam Green. The man's a hero. Damn shame that no good sheriff's taking all the credit. Damn crying shame. He all but gave up on finding Stone at the mill. Sam Green, he knew better. He came right up and told me we had to search every nook and cranny of that place. And if we had waited just a second longer, well, there'd be one less beautiful baby in the world. Or worse. Sam took Stone down just in the nick of time. like something out of a movie.
Thanks to Mr. Holt, nobody questioned my dad's story.
Wow.
They were friends after that. My dad gave the eulogy when Mr. Holt passed.
Okay, so he did make it out alive. Oracle of the Omniverse, Guru Connor Barnham. Okay. Do you feel trapped? Are you living your life or merely surviving it? Does this universe satisfy you, or are you left seeking a deeper truth beyond this reality? By harnessing the deep knowledge within this book, gleaned by Guru Barnham from his studies of those tribes closest to enlightenment, you too can assimilate the wisdom of ancients' design and emerge from the cocoon of ignorance to soar on wings of cosmic bliss like a butterfly of enlightenment. Open. Does this really matter at all? It was through my own practices, learned from my journeys through the American interior, that I successfully elevated my consciousness to a point that I was able to visualize another Cedar Hills, one beyond the veil of a reality. This little town seems so very much like my own, yet so fascinatingly different in countless subtle ways. To give one example, the Calhoun family still owned the drugstore, but the manager behind the counter was none other than young George, the son who died so tragically some years ago. Here, he was in healthy middle age, a season of life I knew he had never reached. Okay.
An omniverse? Far out.
I drew two conclusions from my meditative voyage. One, that every journey through life offers almost incalculable variation, and while we may each have only finite possibilities on our own journeys, there may be other journeys taken by a mere version of ourselves that visit all destinations. 2. Different planes of reality are not so much separate rivers running in parallel as they are interconnected tributaries, flowing into a single vast ocean of experience and possibility. To explore this idea further, we must consider some... Let's try to turn the other way. It won't let me, so we can only get 2 pages, apparently. A book claiming there are multiple versions of people and objects across different realities. Let's look at that. You'd think it would require more than $7.95 fee to obtain it. And then there's that thing that they kept on interrupting me on. The newspapers. End of an era. Cedar Mill. Okay, we read this before. August 24th, 1967. Cedar Mill permanently closed. Yeah, we know that. The Cedar Mill, once an industrial heartbeat of a town, is to be permanently closed after 40 years of almost continuous operation. Founded by Howard Kinsley, Tester in 1921, the mill in its wartime heyday produced high-quality steel that was distributed across the nation. Mr. Tester's legacy was honored by his daughter, Morgan, in a statement given on Wednesday morning. Morgan Tester's statement suggested the family's decision to close the mill permanently had been taken out of respect of the memories of those murdered on its premises by former employee Stone. Not everyone is convinced by this justification, however. Nothing on the back.
Journalists sure can't get enough of Frank Stone.
September 16th, 1963. Secrets of a Killer Stone come to light. As Cedar Hill tries to make sense of recent events at the Cedar Steel Mill, more disturbing details are starting to emerge about the man at the center of the scandal. 36-year-old machinist Frank Stone, who was shot dead by police during a violent altercation last Friday. Stone, who our own Sheriff Krushik is linking with multiple unsolved disappearances over the last 3 years, has been described by those who knew him as a loner, creep, and oddball. Most shockingly are the growing rumors that Stone was taken on by Cedar Steel and its owners, the Tester family, despite a prior police record for violence. Okay. Left a stain of bloodshed that soaked deep in Cedar Hills before he was finally stopped. Could a murderous loner like Stone go undetected for so long?
I wonder if Linda's okay with all this Frank Stone stuff.
Murder Mill. That's the manuscript. Oh, it was zooming into something.
I can't believe Mom's finally getting out. I can't wait.
Jaime. Hospital called. Mom would be home Sunday. Bonnie. Bon XX. And I guess I will talk to Linda. Can I talk to these two first?
I didn't want to say anything, but I'm just not a fan of this.
Understandable.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah, I'm worried more about the Frank Stone thing.
Her whole obsession with Frank Stone and the murders just feels a little intense. Maybe it's because she's not from Cedar Hills, but you know, those victims could have been any of us or our families.
But they weren't.
So you don't think it matters either?
I didn't say it didn't matter. I just meant it happened a long time ago. And Chris is excited because some of the locations could work really well for the film. Like this one. Take a look.
What is all this?
I came up with a new scene to shoot.
That you wrote?
Yeah.
Does Chris?
I told Chris about it last night.
Oh, she was into it?
Yeah, we'll shoot it if we have time.
Cool.
This furnace chamber location is perfect. But I wouldn't have known about it without Chris's research.
Let's go encouraging. Let's not be a downer all the time.
It's pretty rad. I hope we have time to shoot it.
Thanks. Me too.
Oh! Yes!
Huh?
What is...
It's a picture of Frank Stone?
Look at the date.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What?
This is from before the murders, before they realized it was Frank.
It's about mill operations, kind of a puff piece to drum up interest in new recruits. Hello, what is this?
Look at the caption.
Worker Frank Stone, machine shop.
Bullseye.
Machine shop, huh?
We've got to shoot there. That's it. That's the place.
It's perfect.
So, time to go?
Okay, people. Company move. Time to head on out and shoot the shit out of this thing. Let's go, let's go. Time is money. Let's make a movie.
Now, what were you little ding-dongs working on?
And you guys just left the garage door open?
Hello. Interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present the mill.
Holy shit.
Yep. There it is.
Oh, you see the creek down there? We follow that, takes us right to the secret entrance.
I don't see it.
That's why it's secret. We don't have to do this.
Yes, we do.
Ready? Oh, careful. First step's a doozy.